We know Graz always does his homework, but you know what? Harry did some homework here. He's got a fundamental list here. He's going to give us the top 5 people in the NFL who have the most to prove.
Yeah, so number 5 on this list, the very first person, I'm going with quarterback Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers. And for Jordan Love, it's all about being consistent, taking care of the football. You look at that playoff game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. 3 interceptions in that matchup. And the Green Bay Packers were still in this ball game, even with Jordan Love in his interception problem. So for him, taking care of the football, he just got a new contract, making $55 million a year. If you're making $55 million a year, I need you to be the reason why, not the reason why you're not, in my opinion.
You know, that's interesting, Graz, because I remember, it was that first game, he got injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, people thought, well, maybe it's the injury, because he had like 11 picks first 8 games. Mm-hmm. It just didn't seem to click for him the rest of the time.
Only his second year as a starter. He's still a young player. He's got the big contract because of the weird circumstances. He didn't play his first 3 years. So, he's still seen as an ascending player in that building.
Sam, what do you think?
I think it's only going up from here for Jordan Love. People talk about a down year last year. Well, I do go back to the injury. I think that's number 1. Number 2, imagine Green Bay actually bringing in more weapons, experienced wide receivers. Yes, they had a trio of young talent, but when they get more experience, it'll only go up for Jordan Love. So I couldn't be more excited about the future for Jordan Love. Last year was an injury. This year should be healthy.
Okay, so then let's go to number 4.
Number 4, I'm going to go Minnesota Vikings quarterback and a guy that's going to be a free agent, Sam Darnold. And the reason why I have him on this list is a tremendous 2024. But then it came down to the last game of the year to get first place and get that number 1 seed versus the Detroit Lions. Missed a lot of throws. Then you go into the first round of the playoffs versus the Los Angeles Rams. Wasn't really on point. Had an interception in that game, had a fumble that he did not recover in that matchup as well. So for Sam Darnold, proving that 2024 was not a fluke, and that whatever contract that you do get is well worth it.
Okay, Graz, talk to me about from the money standpoint, because you would think watching that playoff like, well, he just lost a whole lot of money.
Well, he's still the most attractive free agent quarterback on the market, given that he's 27 years old and he just finished top 5 in passing yards and passing touchdowns. The question is, could he go somewhere else and do it? He's been with Kyle Shanahan and Kevin O'Connell the last couple of years, and it's really helped revitalize his career at age 27. We'll see if he can take that on the road if the Vikings let him walk out the building.
Sam, what do you think?
I can see it being a challenge for Sam Darnold to have the repeated success. Think about it. You have a guy like Kevin O'Connell who believes in you, a system, a structure, all the weapons, and all of a sudden you had a great year. Other teams may say, let's replicate it, and you're not in that same situation. And so I do think Sam Darnold has a lot to prove.
Okay, let's go to number 3.
Number 3, we're going to go down to the way you're supposed to say it. Duval. That's for you, Liam Cohen. Don't be tone deaf, man. Don't be tone deaf. We're going to go quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Listen, it's time for him to play like the number 1 overall pick that he was drafted to be. Now, Urban Meyer has been fired. We see Doug Peterson has been fired.
Yeah.
They brought in Liam Cohen to be able to help Trevor Lawrence get his quarterback play on schedule. When you look at this guy, it's about consistency. I remember having him on Freddie and Harry last year, and he talked about being more consistent from the quarterback position. When you have a Brian Thomas Jr., when you have a Gabe Davis, and you also have a Christian Kirk, you have an Evan Ingram at the tight end position, you should have better production than what you've been able to have so far in the National Football League. So I got Trevor Lawrence on this list.
They got some nice studs when you talk about catching the football.
Yeah, but they just haven't had stability around him. As Harry was pointing out, with all the coaching turnover, now there's front office turnover. They signed him to that big contract last offseason in part because he's still a young player in his mid-20s, and they feel like there's more upside to come. So you're absolutely right. He has to show it in order to justify it, but they still believe he can.
Sam, what do you think, especially for Lawrence? What's at stake next season playing? He'll be playing for his 3rd head coach.
Yeah, it ain't Trevor Lawrence that got something to prove. It's Liam Cohen. Can he prove he can say Duval right? Duval! That's what needs to happen. Trevor Lawrence got paid. I ain't worried about him. It's about Liam Cohen, young new head coach, and got to figure out, got to say the slogan correctly. Duval. I don't think so.
It's not it. Who's number 2?
So number 2, right? BC, you're going to love this one.
Okay.
Man, we got owner.
Yeah.
We have general manager. We got Jerry Jones.
Jerry
on the list.
Jones.
You know why? Because y'all going all in like you've always done.
Going all in.
Y'all going all in.
Let the Dallas Cowboys.
Not so fast, my friend. Y'all have not gone all in. Jerry Jones, it's about time that you go all in. You have drafted well, very, very well. But when it has come to bringing free agent pieces to
Spending that money.
surround,
Yeah.
Jerry, stop waiting till the last minute to want to sign your guys. If you would have got CeeDee Lamb signed earlier, if you would have got Dak Prescott signed earlier, you would have had a chance to give Derrick Henry the money that he was asking for, and you would have had a running back. So, Jerry Jones, can you get out of the way of the Dallas Cowboys? Stop all these damn press conferences. I know you're not going to stop it, but can you? Can you give Dak Prescott a running back so they can be balanced on offense?
Yeah.
So I'm going with Jerry Jones.
So, Graz, how will my Cowboys, how do you think they will shape up when it comes to the offseason and making this team next year?
There's a happy medium between going nuts in free agency and doing literally nothing, which they did last year. So I think they have to find that. They don't believe it's the right way to build a roster, and they're probably right, but you do need to augment a little bit. In terms of running back, there's a lot of them in the draft this year. A lot. A deep class. So look for them to try and get one of those.
Sam, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, Jerry Jones has nothing to prove. People are going to tell you who they are. It's up to you to believe them or not. Jerry Jones, for 80 years, has proved to us who he is. He's not going to make big-time in 80 years in life or so. Right, I'm talking about it, but he's not going to make big-time decisions in free agency. He's going to be talked about, but not necessarily win at least the last two and a half decades. So for me, there's nothing to prove. You've shown us who you are. It's a matter of will Harry and beat us? Well, we all believe it.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, he's shown that he doesn't like to pay coaches, and once again, nothing about shoddy, but, obviously didn't make a big splash. Okay, so who's number one?
Number one on this list, the guy jersey happens to be hanging up in this studio, and I'm pretty sure at some point, Greeny's going to take it down. It's Aaron Rodgers. That jersey sitting right over there. Number 8. For Aaron Rodgers, you came over to the Jets organization to be the savior. It didn't happen. The first year, you tore your Achilles in the first game, 4 plays in, right? Monday Night Football. And then in year 2, everything's going to be fine. Aaron Rodgers is coming back, right? He's going to play the entire season. We're going to go to the playoffs, right? We just don't want to go to the playoffs. We're going to be Super Bowl contenders. Hell to the no. They went 5-12. Aaron Rodgers didn't play better until the end of the season. Too late. I think for him, it comes to be a pride thing. Don't want to go out and retire from the game of football with the way this season ended. So Aaron Rodgers, with a lot to prove in 2025.
Okay, new coach, new GM.
Yep.
What are the offseason here for the Jets?
Well, for the Jets, they need to find a quarterback. For Rodgers, he needs to find a team if he wants to play. A fascinating decision for him, right? Because you're right. He probably doesn't want to go out this way. But he knows from experience, recent experience, you can't decide how you go out, right? So I'll be interested to see if he wants to play at all, and if so, which team wants to make that move.
And Sam, your thoughts there, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think it's not looking good. Go back to 2 years ago and with the Achilles injury, missed the whole season. Go back to last year, the interceptions. Aaron Rodgers was never known for throwing picks. Yet back-to-back years, at least the last 2 times he's played, he's has double digits. So for me, it's not looking good for Aaron Rodgers.
We'll see what happens. Hey, we've got 3 TGL.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.